The deeper I go into my healing journey, the more I realize how closed off my heart really is, or was. It's something I'm working on. But I've always thought that I was such a loving, compassionate, caring, sweet person. I always wanted to treat everybody with love and respect, and I wanted everyone to think I was so nice and all these great things, right? And I am those things. But that doesn't necessarily mean your heart is open. Because I noticed that receiving was so hard for me. Receiving anything, receiving a hug, receiving a compliment, receiving good feedback, receiving gifts. It all comes from having an open heart. Being able to receive comes from an open heart. And the way I started realizing that I don't have this super open heart is because I was always so afraid to be vulnerable, to have people really see me. Out of fear of being rejected or ridiculed or pushed away, I built up these walls around my heart. And I was like, I can't let people actually see me. I can't let people in. I can't truly... This is all happening subconscious, by the way. But I can't truly let people in. And then I saw like how difficult it was for me to like build honest, real relationships with people. I kept everybody kind of like at arm's distance. I kept things kind of surface level for most of my life. Again, I was kind, I was sweet. I loved giving people compliments. Like these things were always so a part of me, but being on the other end of things felt so awkward and uncomfortable and weird. You know, I remember like in high school, if people ever gave me a compliment, I'd be like, oh no, like, it's just like, thanks, but like, oh no, my hair doesn't always look this good. Something like that, you know, I would minimize it or kind of try to brush it away. I didn't just take it in and say, wow, thank you, that's so sweet, the end. There's always some kind of excuse attached to it for some weird reason. Well, now I see that it wasn't weird, it was just, I was uncomfortable with that. Like if anyone ever said anything good to me or try to open the door for me, I would always be like, no, you go first, it's okay, don't worry about me, things like that. Or if someone tried to help me with something, I would always be like, no, it's okay, I got it. It's like, damn girl, you are pushing love away left and right, even though it doesn't look that way. So those are some signs to know that if you have a closed heart, is if you don't accept compliments, is if you don't accept help, if you don't let people really know you, like if you don't let yourself get vulnerable, if you don't let yourself cry. That's another way to know that if your heart is closed. If you push people away, like if you don't have close friendships or close relationships, that means you have a closed heart. And yes, there's always reasons why we don't have these things. You know, sometimes for a lot of people, they don't feel safe around other people. They don't feel loved. They don't feel like they can be themselves. They're living with fear. And like I always say, it goes back to your childhood and how you were raised and how your nervous system was programmed to be. If you grew up in an environment where people were constantly ridiculing you, is that even a ridiculing? I don't think that's a word. I think I'm making up words. Sometimes that's what I do, but they're criticizing you. There you go. That's a better word. If people were constantly criticizing you and putting you down and judging you for what you were doing or how you were behaving or how you were talking or the things that you loved, well, then you're going to close yourself off and you're going to think it's not safe. It's not safe to be me. It's not safe to express myself. It's not safe to let people see me. So I'm going to hide. I'm going to build those walls up. And I saw like how much it was hurting me. When you have a closed heart, you can't really experience the beauty of life. You can't really feel love at a deep level. You can't really experience true, meaningful connections and friendships. And honestly, I feel like when you have a closed heart, you repel money, you repel healthy relationships, you repel good things happening to your life. Maybe that's why you feel like, I'm unlucky, nothing good happens for me, I can never try new things because they don't work out for me. Whatever the program, the belief that you have running in your subconscious mind, it all stems from having a closed heart. And it's something I've been working on for quite a few years now. I've had to go back in time, in a sense, like through my meditations, and just sit with little me and let her cry every time she felt that she wasn't loved for who she was, or every time she was ignored, or every time she was abandoned emotionally, or every time that someone made her feel like there was something wrong about herself. I've had to sit over and over and over, and through each cry, through feeling each like heartbreak, through feeling each moment of despair, it's like my heart started cracking open little by little. Because when I would sit with these hard feelings, let's call them, these challenging feelings, I was able to find love through it. And it's loving myself by telling myself, like, it's okay, cry. It's okay, feel this. It's okay, let this out. It's okay, release this. And telling myself, like giving myself validation as well, like, it makes sense that I felt that way. It makes sense that it hurt so much. It made sense that I built this belief off of these things that happened to me. It made sense. But these things aren't serving me anymore. Thinking and believing these things aren't serving me anymore. I can't keep going my whole life thinking that I'm not safe in front of other people or around people. Then I'm not going to create any kind of relationships, and I'm just going to be this lonely wolf my whole life. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Or at least that's just not the kind of life I want to live. I want to live a rich life with people that I connect with deeply, even if it's just a small little community of like 5 people. Hey, as long as we connect on a soul level, that makes it all worth it. I've always had such a small group of friends, but if it was like 3 friends, 2 friends, but those friends I always felt very connected to, like, again, on a heart level, on a soul level, where I could actually be myself. And that was more than enough for me. I felt my cup super full and I loved it. And that's something I'm continuing to work on, is the friendships that I do have. I want to continue to work on being vulnerable and letting them see me, to like reassure myself and to reprogram my subconscious mind, my nervous system, to believe that people are safe. Yes, sometimes we're going to hurt each other's feelings, not intentionally, but it might happen. The important part is to be able to apologize, admit when you're wrong, and ask, what can I do better next time? And vice versa. You need to be able to tell people when they hurt you and what you need from them moving forward. It's definitely a give and take. It's something I'm still learning how to work through, because I never was taught how to communicate my feelings, my needs, my wants, nothing. So I'm still working on this. And I, like, just a quick little story. The other day, my sister-in-law came over, and we were just talking, and she asked me a question about my family. And in that moment, I could have just been like, oh yeah, I don't see them much, the end, you know. But she asked me, like, oh, why don't you see them that often? And I chose to be honest and vulnerable and tell her that I've never felt like I truly belonged to my family. I feel like they don't really listen to me. They don't really let me be me, or they're always trying to like change me or criticize me, or something's happening. It just, I have a hard time feeling like I fit in with them, or that they truly understand me and accept me as I am. And I continue to tell her like these things that I'm afraid of doing and being around them, and what the parts of me that I'm too scared to own because I'm afraid that they're going to judge me, or that people are going to judge me. The point is, I chose to be very vulnerable with her, something we're not used to doing. And it was such a beautiful talk. She was super sweet. She was very like compassionate. I felt very held in that conversation. She was like, no, you do you. You're not weird. Go after your dreams. Like, so supportive. All these beautiful things, right? And I was super grateful. And, at the end I told her like, hey, thanks for this talk. It was great. And then after she left, I felt so exposed. I felt so like, oh my gosh, she really saw me. And that was so scary. And it felt so uncomfortable. And it felt so weird. And in my mind, I'm like, what the heck? Like, it was a positive experience. Why do I feel like something bad just happened? And again, it was just a sign of like, look, you're opening up your heart. This is new for you. You're not used to letting people see you. Especially in my mind, I thought like, she's going to think I'm weird and I can't share too much about myself with her. Even though I've known her for so long. I've been with my husband for like 12 years. Married for like 3, but still, we've been together for so long. And I have hold back so much from people because I'm so afraid that if they see me, they're not going to actually like me. And I always feel like I have to act like a different way in order for people to accept me. But in that moment, I chose to let her see me. And again, I just felt so exposed. I felt so like open, and it was scary to let her actually see me. It's something I'm not used to doing, but that was showing me like, whoa, my heart is still closed off. Like, I can't let people fully in without it feeling like they just invaded my space or something, because I'm not used to it. But also at the same time, I'm showing myself like, oh, look, I'm safe to be exposed, I'm safe to be seen, I'm safe to show myself to other people, and it's gonna be okay. So this is a journey. It's not something that happens overnight. I think definitely it's little steps at a time, and I think it's definitely important to take your time finding people that make you feel safe enough to express yourself or to open up. But it definitely all starts with yourself. Like, you really got to learn to sit with yourself through writing, through meditation, through just talking out loud. Like, find a way, even if, or talk therapy, like find something that works for you that helps you figure out what are those walls that are blocking your heart. What's going on inside of you that you're holding on to that is making it hard for you to receive love and to also fully give love. Because regardless, no matter what, you have those walls. So even if you're giving love, it's just like a very weak version, So I encourage you to do that, because when your heart is closed, again, your life is not as full. It's not as rich. You're not having fun. You're not enjoying yourself. You're not having beautiful relationships. You're struggling with money, and you're struggling with just feeling at peace and feeling happy, because you're just carrying so much weight, unnecessary weight, old weight, heavy weight, dark weight. And the weight is emotions from the past, things you haven't let go of. Maybe you're very resentful towards your parents or your sibling or friends or people that have hurt you. Maybe you have a lot of rage inside because you never felt like you could use your voice, and that you never had a say in choices that you wanted to do. Like, this needs to get out of you, because it's just poisoning you at the end of the day. And again, blocking your heart, making it hard for you to really receive the beautiful love that is waiting for you everywhere, in people, places, things, animals, everywhere. So, you know what? I think that feels complete for today. I hope that made sense. I know it's going to make sense to the people that are meant to hear this. So if you're one of them, leave a comment down below, or like some kind of emoji. And please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.